Welcome to the AIU online symposium for exponential personal growth. Here in the symposium, we're going to be talking about things you can do to constantly develop your life, your health, your family relations, your work, your relationship to the community, what you can do to make the world a better place. There's always potential, there's always things to do, and there's always new doors opening up for you. And you can always open up new doors for yourself. So our presenters are presenting about exponential personal growth. Our next presenter is going to be Akiteng Stella from Uganda. She is ready to go. And let me go ahead and start your presentation. Here we are.
Thank you so much.
Leave it.
Thank you.
Take one.
The part of the symposium, and excited to share journey.
We can hear you. The sound is breaking up now.
How hello?
The sound is breaking up a little bit. You have to stop your video, and that will help us hear you better.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm going to stop your video. The video is now not allowing the sound to come through, so I'm going to stop your video. There you go. Okay, go ahead. Sometimes the internet has problems. It looks like we're currently having a problem.
To express or communicate has been instrumental in my life. How available? Is this still having a problem? Hello?
Hello, Akiteng Stella. We are having a little bit of problem hearing you.
Is this okay?
So if you can move your computer closer to your internet connection, anything that you can do to get a better connection to your internet.
Okay, is this okay?
It's sounding better.
Okay. Yes. My name is Stella, and I'm a social worker. I'm a social worker. I had my first degree at the University where arts, communication skills, and I decided to second master's in communication with Atlantic International University. And one of the reasons, the major reason I Atlantic International University is because I always yearned to have a curriculum that suits me, something that I was interested in. I didn't want to be given a curriculum just because it was already there. I needed a university that would take into account my interests and also my experience over time, and then at that time. So when I got to learn that the Atlantic National University gave the opportunity for students to tailor make the available curriculum that was in place then to ensure that was a win-win situation in the university and the students. I took that up. So my career journey started with volunteer service. That's where I started. And I did a lot of volunteer service before I entered salaried employment. And this exposed me to a lot because I was able to do hands-on experience, which in the end enabled me execute tasks in my consequence experience. So my vision is having an interplay of African regions towards a sustainable Africa, but also creating an enabling environment for young people, irrespective of geographical status. So how did this volunteer service enable me? Over time, I was able to harmonize my experience from the time of volunteer service until the time of my work, because I didn't really work for long in my salaried employment, and this enabled me to do my course, my master's degree at the Atlantic University. That might be my now. As a result of all that campus together, I have been engaged in different activities, from I've been involved in. Are you hearing me? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. The sound is breaking up. So we're not hearing everything you say. So we have your presentation and we are reading your presentation. Is there a way you can move your computer closer to your internet connection?
It's actually close. I think it's just a connectivity. Close. Yeah. So so right now I'm engaged in regional activities. Because is the Eastern Africa Workers Association Network. This converges different communities or publics from the Eastern Africa region, and we've been working to contribute to foster integration in but also working together with different regions. So at the moment I can say, for example, with some partners in Eastern Africa, some partners in the Africa diaspora, in ensuring that we contribute to the African under the process that the current agenda, which is the agenda right now, is the Africa Concentrate area. So we're working to see that we popularize and try to see that as we execute the agricultural sector, Africa is able to manipulate its environment, sustainable development. Look at issues, for example, with COVID. We saw COVID did, communities countries are not able to evolve. When you go back, that the international funding, we were able to manipulate our own environment. Because initially no pesticides were not important. There were natural pesticides that the African community, traditional African communities, issue sustainable agriculture. So we're trying to promote organic.
Yeah, just to let everybody know, the sound is not very clear. It's very hard to hear and understand. So you're going to have to read the presentation. And this is the way the internet is. One day it is good, the next day it is not good. So We are trying some things to improve the sound of the audio, but so far they are not working, but we are trying. Okay.
I live in Japan. Yeah.
So Akiteng Stella, we're on the slide right now for offering a student internship program. Is that the
Yes.
slide you want to be on?
Sorry?
Which slide do you want to be on?
Yes, we can go to the third one. Hello?
No, we are hearing you better.
Okay. Yeah. So based on the journey that I go through, I had of a student internship program in the university. Looking at the interplay of the in-class and the curricular activities. Because we do that, it can also make life more exciting, but also boost efforts in providing solutions, contributing to solutions to real-world problems. The idea is promoting open learning, working in teams, for example, partners, also having students and teachers, working together, promoting critical thinking and discussion, hands-on activities, while doing the actual courses that they're doing at the university, with a focus on action strategies to real-world applications. We think that this can be a great contributing factor to sustainable development in the community. And this can be done where students are. For example, if I'm in Uganda and a program is designed, I can do something where I am, and then maybe we encourage and collaboration, teachers commenting together with fellow students and assessing.
Hello, Akiteng Stella, I have a question. Are you sharing your computer or are you sharing your internet with a phone or anybody else on the internet?
No.
Is there a phone connected to your internet? It looks like you're on a computer. Okay. Yeah, the sound is breaking up. So we're trying to figure out how we can help your audio be better. So trying to figure out how you can, we may have to change this format so that we can present your presentation because we cannot hear you. So you have to make sure that only your computer is connected to the internet. There's no telephone. And if you're on your telephone, if you can move closer to a window, that will help you get a better reception to your phone. But it looks like you were on a computer.
No, I'm actually using my phone and nothing.
Yes. It's sometimes at certain times during the day, the internet goes weak. And then at other times the internet gets stronger. It depends on how many people are using it. So I'm going to go through your presentation so that the participants can read your presentation. You're doing a student internship, a youth program. And you have different goals and outcomes. Right now, we're looking at the learning outcomes, to showcase the critical thinking, the teamwork, determination. So this is an example of growth for community growth. And that if you can create growth in the community, that creates growth for everybody. And this is part of exponential personal growth, is creating growth in the community. So we are trying to look where everybody right now is reading about the learning outcomes of what you're trying to accomplish through your student internship youth program. And if anybody has a question, you can write it into chat. Okay, go ahead, Akiteng Stella. Go ahead and try to talk again. We have to find a way to improve your audio because nobody can really hear you talking. It's just your internet connection. I'm going to mute you and then unmute you just to see if that resets. Okay, now go ahead and reactivate your microphone and see if the sound is a little better now. Okay, go ahead and try to speak. Akiteng Stella, are you here?
Hello? Yes. Hello?
Yeah, the sound is just not becoming clear. So we're going to have to go through your presentation. Sorry, everybody. Sometimes this happens. That on one day the internet is good, and then on the next day there's a problem. So I'm going to give about a minute or two for each page of the presentation. We're going to the next one. Now, these are community-based and humanitarian tourism. So you can see, you can go ahead and read the page so that you can understand what Akiteng Stella is presenting here. The proposal is that each humanitarian tourist contributes to IDA $100 per day or night, which funds IDA shall altogether administer towards bed, breakfast, internet, tourist policy, security, utilities like power, lighting, water, laundry facilities, tourist site and project site activities. So you can see that there's a program here to bring in money and to create better services. So you can read the negotiations to create this community-based and humanitarian tourism. So you can go ahead and read. We are sorry that Akiteng Stella is not able to get a clear audio, but at the same time, we can continue with her presentation so that you can see what somebody is doing to improve their community. And growth, personal growth, is part of the community. That as the community grows, as the economy grows, as the culture grows, as the society grows, people have more potential to express themselves, more work. They have more things that they can do, more educational opportunities. And this is all part of growth. Sometimes it's not so important to have economic growth as it is social growth, community growth, growth in society, growth in human potential. And then you can use your resources much better within your country. And this is what Akiteng Stella is doing by creating these opportunities for the youth and humanitarian tourism. Akiteng Stella, can you try to talk again to see if your audio is better?
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, your audio is still cutting out. So people are having a hard time hearing you. So your project, your your program is very inspirational. There's a lot of good ideas here. So let's continue on. And you can see the services, you can see the potential growing here, the growth, opportunities. You can see what's happening through these pictures of what Akiteng Stella is talking about. Activities, participation shall be while on transit as depicted in the following housing representative and the type of accommodation facilities. So this is organizing a project which is creating growth. And when a person does this, they're expressing their own personal growth by expanding growth in society, giving opportunity to youth, for example, and giving opportunity for cultural exchange through contact with tourists. So that is the presentation. We really want Akiteng Stella to improve her audio so that we can talk with her and ask her questions, but we're having a really hard time. I can say, Akiteng Stella, are you able to write into chat things that you want to say? Because the audio is just not clear. Can you think of anything you can do there to improve your audio? Is it the internet connection? Are you using Wi-Fi? Or can you plug directly into your modem? Okay, he has written, hello everybody, so sorry about the connectivity.
Yeah.
So we just have to be patient. What I think we could do, yes, Akiteng Stella, please type what you want to say. I'm going to turn this program, this presentation, over to our participants so that they can talk about what you are doing, what they're reading on the screen. So let me go ahead and bring up, if anybody has a question to ask. Bernardo Hinjango, what would you like to say about this? And then we'll go to HP.
Let me say something about this. By experience, as we know, and we know Africa. Africa has a lot of the difficult life. I think it's because we have less technology, as everyone can listen. We have a political leadership problem, and to view how my sister has put his research is very, very, very good. First, we are getting knowledge not for ourselves. I have been always, we don't get a higher levels. You are a bachelor, you become a master's graduate, you come a PhD daughter, even into professor. but what you have done with that knowledge. Maybe in this statistics, in our report, we have supposed to bring testimony of people who has with that. So going with that genre of community, I have experience of working in drying season, where here in Angola of a period where you hard out of what was they could dry. And after I have just came from Zambia to Angola, the friends who I could join, who were in Angola, they didn't agree to go to the villages. And the north, I had no time.
Django, we can't hear. So is there a way you can raise the volume of your voice?
As I was saying,
That's better.
I had no hope of time, and then I could accept to be a volunteer with ADRA. And the friend from Brazil who was with me, we went there, and what we have seen wasn't.
We're going to move. We're going to give everybody about a minute or two to ask questions and comments. Okay,
Yes,
Bernardo?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we're going to go now to HP. I'm asking you to unmute your microphone. There you go.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, we can hear you.
Hello, how are you?
Turn off the music in the background.
Sorry?
Hello.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. You can ask your question now.
I thought I saw somebody else was talking.
Go ahead, HB.
Well, I think Stella was challenged by connectivity, but we hope that we will, the presentation is clear for us to see. We understand that our approach is focused on tourism. And tourism itself has a big challenge at the moment because of issues of COVID. Sometimes this might challenge the desired growth that Stella is trying to focus on. I'm not sure if she's seeing other challenges that can also interfere or disrupt the intended growth. That is what the area wanted her to share some light.
So Akiteng Stella, if you can answer that question in chat, the tourism is a problem right now with the whole situation of the virus going around the world, and there are challenges there. How do you overcome those? Okay, we're going to go now to Reverend Gazungu Jean-Claude. And then Stella will be answering the question in chat. Reverend Gazungu Jean-Claude, are you able to activate your microphone and ask a question? I don't seem to be getting a response there. Let's go to Yusuf Ahmad. Can you ask your question? Yusuf Ahmad, can you activate your microphone? Akiteng Stella has written a response. True. You notice there is humanitarian tourism as well. I did state students can serve from where they are without crossing borders. So Akiteng Stella has written a response in chat. Aziz Ibrahim, are you able to activate your microphone?
Yeah, I'm able to activate now. I don't know if you can hear me now.
We can hear you.
Okay. Dr. Edward, thank you so much, and I want to also use this opportunity to thank AIU for giving this opportunity for people to come up and talk about both personal development, vis-a-vis community development through being able to contribute to other people's development. It's a lot of work and it's good. And I think this is one good way of us being able to contribute to not just to develop ourselves, also to be able to develop other people and contribute to community and the advancement of humanity in general. I am not able to pick so much from what Stella has been doing. I think she's been doing a lot of work on internship and community services, which is good. And I think that's one area. We do not, personally for me, I would not really have to open an NGO for us to be able to contribute to personal development in terms of developing other people. Maybe by way of our interaction with people, I think we should be able to guide people, like somebody who talks about leadership to people, so that we can also leave other people with something that they'll be able to say tomorrow that if not for this other person, I don't think I would have been what I am today. You know, and I think Dr. God, you've been doing a lot of that also by way of from my own little interaction with you. I've seen a lot of that coming from you in terms of trying to impart on other people's development and trying also to bring out the potentials in other people. Even those potentials they are not so aware that they have. You try to point it out to them that you can do this. Why don't you give this a try? You know, and you give all the support. That's very important. I think we continue to do this at different levels that we find ourselves is not just going to say a lot about us as individuals, but also as a member of the AIU community. It's going to say a lot about what AIU stands for and what we in AIU intend to achieve and bring into the society in general. That's just my bit for now, because I don't have a question per se for the presenter, but I just want to make an input into this discussion about personality development. And you said something again earlier on that we also can do a lot on our own, continue to find out ways by which we can advance ourselves, develop ourselves more. We should not be afraid of, never be afraid of challenges. Yes, if you have never tried, you can't say you have failed. So we just have to continue to try and try and try. And that's what determines success. So I really appreciate it, and that's my point for now. Thank you.
Yes, I'm highlighting on the screen right now, determination and persistence. Keep trying, keep moving, keep progressing. Like in the presentation that we had before this, you want to turn your frustration into progress. And that takes persistence. And that takes vision. And what we see in this program from Akiteng Stella is a vision of things that can be done in a humanitarian way for a better society. Let's go ahead and move to Ferguson from Liberia. go ahead and activate your microphone. What is your question or comment? You have about 2 minutes.
Okay, my comment is to appreciate Stella for her presentation. Unfortunately, we all experience the problem she has, but what I'm looking at from the screen, I got to know that she really did a very good research, good presentation. Thank you very much. That ends my comment.
We actually didn't hear your comment because you were muted right when you said your comment, Ferguson. So if you could possibly repeat it.
I'm sorry. But what I said is that personally appreciate Stella's presentation, even though the internet did not allow us to benefit from her personally. But from what I'm observing from the screen, the presentation that is seen on the screen and the visual aids also being used helped me to see that she really did very good research. And this is something good for me to further.
Okay, thank you very much for your comment. HP, Philemon, are you able to, do you want to say anything more? I see you still have your hand raised.
I think I've already spoken.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Then I'll go ahead and lower your hand. Let's continue on. Do we have another question? I see people sharing WhatsApp numbers in chat. And that's good when the communication is breaking down within the symposium here, where the internet connections are not giving us good audio. Well, we always, excuse me, we always have a way to connect. So you have phone numbers, emails that you can share. And a key element is forming partnerships, working together. Now let's go to Mike Okongwo. Let me ask you to unmute your microphone. Can Mike Okonkwo, there you go.
Yeah. One is Mike Okonkwo is the name, Okonkwo.
Okonkwo.
Now, I want to thank Stella for her presentation. We didn't get much from the voice, but it was obvious that a lot of effort went into preparing this. It's a shame that we couldn't, that technology failed her. We would appreciate it if this is circulated amongst us later. Dr. Lambert, this is a personal question to you. Let me first of all apologize for the loss of my connection at a point earlier when Dr. Kukumbo was talking. What I want to ask is this. We're making a lot of efforts. We thank AIU for this program. We're making a lot of efforts. But it's a bit disturbing that AIU is still struggling or has not been able to get a US accreditation, because it's affecting us. We will not have, for example, with this type of, with a degree from AIU, a doctoral from AIU, I might not be accepted to lecture in any university in Nigeria because Nigeria has not recognized it. And this is because there's no accreditation in the US. But I think that AIU is doing quite a bit in terms of contribution to the US economy, in terms of educating the world, and therefore that in itself should persuade the authorities to look to again have another look at the accreditation issue of AIU, because AIU is contributing to the development of the world, and that's what matters.
The accreditation, we have international accreditation. We have an accreditation is also voluntary. It's not necessary. So what, like you're saying, the governments and the associations within different countries need to look at AIU, what we are doing and what our students are doing. And our students are doing amazing work, amazing research, developing business plans, developing all kinds of projects in their communities for public health, transportation, education. Our students are amazing. And this is a process. This is a whole issue that we shouldn't get into right now, but we are responding to these issues and we are moving forward and we are talking with all the government agencies about these issues. So we are moving forward on this. And obviously we are proud of what we do. We are proud of our students and the success and the progress that our students are having. So we have to build on that and keep moving forward in the type of educational method that we have at AIU, which is powerful. Students have the freedom to really develop their knowledge in innovative, constructive, creative ways. So we are responding to these challenges because it's also, we have our students responding to these challenges. So we are supporting our students and to move forward with these challenges. Yes, it is frustrating to a certain extent, but we are turning that frustration into progress. The future generations, the current generations, everybody depends on AIU moving forward into this better method of education for online education. And so it's progress. We are making progress. We are growing, and each one of our students has to stand up for their knowledge, and all of these countries have to recognize the value of the students' knowledge to be able to be productive and valuable in their country. They have to recognize talent and knowledge when it is there. So we're turning this frustration into progress. It's going to take time, but we are in that process, and we are making steps, successful steps in these areas. So let's go ahead and turn back to the presentation by Akiteng Stella, to see if she is able to say anything at this point in time. Akiteng Stella, are you available to talk?
Hello?
Hello. Try to talk
Am I
now.
clear now?
Yes, go ahead and talk to see if your
Am I
audio.
clear?
Actually, you are clear. Go ahead and talk.
Okay. All right. Maybe what I also wanted to highlight is the journey has not been easy. I typed in the chat where I mentioned that a vision is never authentic until it's tested. So the bigger the vision, the bigger the test, and you never know where the arrow comes from. So it takes knowing what you want, having that passion and motivation to pursue that dream that you have. So you need to know what you want. You need to have a vision. You have to have a dream. Because once you have that passion, then you're going to be resilient no matter what you face, because you want to reach there. I thought I would highlight that. It hasn't been a swift journey, but I can say that I am proud to be where I am right now, although I haven't yet reached. Because as I speak right now is, so all these programs you're seeing that I've presented, they're aimed at contributing to, okay, what I said, the issue of Pan-Africanism. And right now, what I've been participating in, someone was asking, saying that didn't know what I was doing well, but I've been participating in efforts to contribute to regional integration in the Eastern African region. And then also there's now the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. So also joining hands in contributing to that. So these efforts here are aimed at contributing to that agenda. Of course, we're talking about Pan-Africanism, but we also know that they are friends to these efforts. They may not really be in Africa, but these friends can also, we have friends who are not from Africa, or maybe who are not Africans, but share in the cause and contribute in joining efforts towards the realization of this reality. And the other thing is, it's very, very important to notice that we need to merge. Of course, the pandemic has taught us that offline programs cannot stand alone. And also, the online programs cannot really stand alone, but it's possible to have something done wherever we are. So we have designed this program in a way that whether they happen, you see. So it's more of like a disaster preparedness, you know. For example, if I am here in Uganda, this particular place in Uganda, and I'm able to do a small activity and share it online, a video, I'm already contributing, and maybe my lecturers or my instructors are able to comment and assess me. Already that is work moving forward, you know. But also there's community-based tourism. We try to encourage, you know, tourism of local persons. So crossing border around, seeing how does life move on, whether the pandemic is there or not. We do not know what comes ahead. We have to be optimistic, yes, and hopeful for the best, not to be pessimistic. But you know, disasters break out anytime. So we have to be prepared for that as well. There's a curriculum I've proposed. Hello? Hello?
Please go ahead. You have the floor, Akiteng Stella.
Sorry, thank you. So there's a curriculum I've proposed, which is specifically in this area that I've presented, but I would encourage, for example, the university, that the different departments also design maybe a syllabus that maybe respective students could execute, you know. It can be linked to already existed synergies, or even the students can identify, you know, something that works for them. Yeah, because personally, one of the reasons, again, I can say why I preferred this AIU program when I took it up is because I didn't have to leave my job then, you know, I didn't have to leave my family. I just pursued the degree with my job intact and my family intact, you know. So I would encourage us to think around that line. So about acquiring information and not utilizing it for development, someone had made a comment. All the knowledge I'm using, it's not that I'm only working with people in Africa. No, I also have some like partners, maybe in Europe, or, you know, okay, in the Western world, let me put it that way. But yes, we contribute to their efforts, but also we bring the knowledge back home. Yeah, I don't know if I'll try to cover everything. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Akiteng Stella, for finally having good audio. I don't know what you did, but you solved it, and we can hear you perfectly.
Maybe the weather is calm. I don't know. I don't know why it has stabilized, but yes.
Well, you are making an impact in this symposium. I see you making good connections.
Thank you.
I see you're making connections in chat. So you will find people to work with.
Okay. Thank you so much. I don't know, is it possible to copy that chat? I don't know, I'm failing to copy down everything. Is there a way that chat can be extracted and emailed or something? I don't know.
I think after I think after the
Yes,
symposium
after,
is over,
after.
I think we would be able to do it after.
All right.
But you can stay and just
Okay,
keep
thank
writing
you.
down,
Yeah.
typing down. You can,
Thank you.
maybe you can take a picture of the chat and just have pictures of what people are writing.
Yeah.
That's,
Okay.
if you have the phone, you can
Okay,
just,
let me try that.
okay.
Let me try that. Thank you.
Okay, so I think with that, Akiteng Stella, thank you so much for your presentation. You're doing great work. And thank you for finally being able
Yes.
to talk with us and fixing
Yes,
your
please.
audio. And we hope
Hello?
that next time you can present another presentation, and then we'll work on your audio a little bit more.
Thank you.
Okay, so everybody, give Akiteng Stella applause. It was a great
Thank you
presentation.
so much.
That was the internet. The internet connection
Yeah.
was just not easy for us today.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Thanks for giving me the idea.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.